By the way, a lot of people gave up on Harbaugh a couple years ago. One man didn't. Do you know who that is, Joy?
Wait, you are the only one who continues to believe
only
in Jim
people
Harbaugh.
in North America that defended him while. That's what good friends do. They support you in times of crisis.
Are you friends with Jim Harbaugh?
No. But I will say this. My wife's from Michigan, and everybody's been banging on this guy for 3 years, and I'm like, he knows what he's doing. San Diego, Stanford, 49ers, Michigan. If you stack your resume and it's just a bunch of turnaround, Bill Parcells, I don't have to see Super Bowl wins. Boom, boom, Jets, Patriots, Dallas, Miami, everywhere you go, you win. Harbaugh's a good coach. 2 years ago, everybody wanted him out. Last year, the whole world wanted him out.
And you alone.
And Joel Klatt.
No,
all right,
okay.
let's bring in J Houshmandzaden, one of my favorite guests, over a decade in the NFL, a Pro Bowler. You have an interesting take on the McCarthy, Aaron Rodgers. So Brett Favre comes out and says he's a great coach. Mike McCarthy's a great coach. You think, what is Brett Favre really saying?
Aaron Rodgers, shut up and go win a game. He wasn't a bad coach when y'all won a Super Bowl. That's how I took it. When I see that, it's Brett Favre telling Aaron Rodgers to shut up and go play and win.
You think Favre and Rodgers still have a little animosity?
That's always going to be there. They'll see each other. They'll be cordial. They'll be professional. But I believe that will always be there.
Yeah, so do I.
Always.
Different guys.
Yeah, I mean, Brett Favre is one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play. You draft Aaron Rodgers in the first round. Eventually this guy's going to start if I'm not winning Super Bowl year after year. And so nobody wants to be next to their replacement every day for years knowing how this guy's going to replace me. So it's going to build up some type of animosity over time.
Yeah. So it's funny. I've said this. I understand because Brady and Manning and Big Ben and Rodgers, big football brands, that Drew Brees shrinks, has for years. But I really do feel that history is going to be kind to Drew. Katrina, the images, his son, the Super Bowl. He may win another. He's the best player not to win an MVP. A lot of the images, the pregame speeches, his teammates crying, talking about him. Imagery matters. When I say Michael Jordan, I think about certain shots. When I think about Tiger Woods, I think about certain shots. When I think of Brees, I'm going to remember the sun, Katrina, the Super Bowl, players crying, talking about him. I think Drew's a lot closer to Aaron Rodgers than everybody thinks.
The reason people perceive Aaron Rodgers to be here is because of his natural talent. He throws the ball so effortlessly. He can run around and make plays. He's not the tallest, but he's bigger than Drew Brees. Drew Brees is he's like the guy that runs the mile. He doesn't go too fast. He doesn't go too slow. He's just so slow and steady, and he's going to get there. And he's going to give you the same thing pretty much every year, and you kind of take it for granted.
Right.
You really do. You take it for granted. He's probably the most accurate passer to ever play.
Yeah.
He's so accurate. Like his receivers, you get any type of separation, the ball's on the money.
Yeah. Have you known guys who have played with him?
Not personally. I've worked out with guys. I worked out with Drew Brees when I was playing. We'd work out all the time out here. And Marcus Colston would come out here, and you just look at the year Michael Thomas has happened. They have nobody else to throw the ball to besides Alvin Kamara, and Michael Thomas is still he's killing everybody.
Yeah.
Because Drew Brees just puts the ball on the money.
You have an interesting take. I like the Eagles this weekend to beat the Giants, but you kind of have an interesting take, I think, on, I'm just saying, I call it the lottery winner syndrome, where if you never had money and get $1 billion, you don't know what to do with it. And it's the same thing in sports. Atlanta doesn't get to Super Bowls. They don't know how to act after they do it. Philadelphia doesn't win Super Bowls. They don't know how to act. Parades and books. But you have a different take on it.
I think we read into it too much. Number one, they're probably just not very good this year. Carson Wentz didn't start the season. Alshon Jeffrey didn't start the season. They've missed a lot of offensive linemen. But you look at what Andrew Luck is doing in Indianapolis, and who's his coach?
Frank Reich.
And you look how Carson Wentz is playing now and how he played last year. Coaching matters in the NFL. Coaching really matters when you're confused on a certain play, on how to read it and what to look for. And you have a coach that's played the game that you trust because he's been in that line of fire before, and he tells you something and you believe it. To me, it's no coincidence that Andrew Luck is having a tremendous year, and the Eagles and Carson Wentz, they're not.
No, they're listen, you know this before. In your 11 years, did you ever lose a coach? A good guy goes and gets a better job, and you notice literally by the next camp, it wasn't the same feel.
when Hugh left.
Hugh Jackson.
When Hugh left to go to Atlanta, I was like, damn. And that's just the truth. There's coaches that they say a certain thing and you're like, I got it. And there's certain coaches that they'll explain something, you're like, I have no idea what he's talking about. And that goes on a lot. Coaching, I don't believe matters as much in the NBA. I don't think it matters as much in baseball. Coaching matters a lot in NFL, a lot.
Yeah, Frank Reich was a great coordinator. John DiFilippo, by the way, has gone to Minnesota, so they've lost a two-headed monster in Philadelphia.
And it's showing.
Yes.
You can say, oh, the offensive line has been banged up. Oh, this guy.
It was banged up last year.
Look at Carson Wentz now and look at him last year. That's all you have to say. It's no comparison.
Okay, so Monday night, Goff Mahomes fireworks show. You were actually, you played in 3 different games similar to Monday night with the Bengals, Chargers at home, Browns in Cleveland. You were actually in the second highest scoring. It says here, TV has video of you getting knocked out in that game. Do we have video? Show this. Hold on. Here we go. Oh, man, you got smoked there. You remember that play?
I do remember it.
Oh, Lord, you used to be able to. Oh, good Lord. That's a car wreck.
Why are we playing this?
I don't mind it.
Some bad memories.
Wow. Yeah, that was just, you just got a knee to the head. That's nobody's.
That was a shootout, and I was so mad. I believe we lost that game, and they would not let me go back in.
Yeah, that's because your head was all fuzzy.
But after a while, I was okay.
Not really, but you just wanted to play. Your head wasn't okay 15 minutes later.
I was so angry about that because it was a back and forth type of game, and they would not let me go back in. I remember that.
Okay, I ask everybody about the Cowboys. They play Washington at home. I think they'll win kind of comfortably. Are you a believer or not a believer in them?
Man, I'm a believer in the Cowboys. Their defense is the reason. They're in every game. If they don't turn the ball over, they're in every game because their defense is that stout. Van Der Esch he just has a knack for the ball.
He's Brian Urlacher.
This dude has instincts out of this world. And I see Jerry Jones, when Sean Lee comes back, we got to find a way to divide the snaps. Sean Lee, you're going to watch the game just like I do. He doesn't need to play. Jalen Smith and Van Der Esch are the linebackers. Sean Lee, sorry, you keep getting hurt. Sorry, you lost your spot.
Yeah. And I like Sean Lee, but you know what? Van Der Esch reminds me of Urlacher. We didn't watch either play in college. And then all of a sudden, about 6 games into Urlacher's first year, like, who's this guy from New Mexico?
And they're both big.
And fast and strong. And it's like they've wrestled with wolves in Idaho and New Mexico.
The Cowboys are legit on defense.
Oh, yeah.
They're in every game.
Every game. Good seeing you, buddy.
Hey, one thing. It's my daughter's birthday today.
Say
She's
hi.
27. Happy birthday, baby.
And now, is this the one is at LSU?
No, she comes home today. She fly in today, and it's my birthday, my 7-year-old birthday party today. I got a busy 48 hours here.
So this is your daughter who's at home?
Yeah, she's here.
Say it again one more time. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
Good seeing you. Joy with the news.
No.